Hey everybody, it is Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. I am here to let you know that I am going to be doing a different type of video for you today because I'm posting this on my YouTube channel as well as for what it's for. So it is basically a scrap with me type video where I go through it live with you. It's a bit longer, way longer than most of the things that I create. So feel free to skip it. If it's not your cup of tea, totally fine. Otherwise, maybe grab a drink, a snack, or scrap along with me if you want to. Just put me on in the background and just listen to me. You don't have to watch me. And just wanted to let you know. So I hope you enjoy. If you're watching this because you're part of the scrap party this weekend, I hope that you enjoy it as well. And hello, scrap party, everybody. That's not even a thing. So today I'm going to do kind of a live with you where I'm scrapbooking live in real time. However, if I did that during the actual scrap party on the Sunday, you wouldn't be able to hear me because Sean's home, all three kids are home. It's our family day, so we're all a little crazy, a little wild, and I just don't think you would enjoy it very much. So we're going to try to do it today. I'm going to try and get this film for you. And I still have three kids at home, so you're still probably going to get a bit of noise, but I've got one napping, one that hasn't woken up yet, and one watching a movie. So hopefully we'll get it kind of sorted. Now, hopefully you can see the sketch pop up there. This is a super gorgeous sketch created by the lovely Laura Alberts. Laura, it's gorgeous. I love it. I'm super excited to work with it today. And we're going to go ahead and do that. Oops, I shut my light off. And I'm going to let you know a couple things. First of all, I am filming this during the middle of our little heat wave we're having. So all my blinds are closed. So my lighting sucks. I don't have natural lighting like I normally have a little bit coming in during the day. So there's going to be shadows. And I haven't done filming in real life and kind of done a live like this for a very long time. So I'm a little rusty, but we're going to get through it together. So the first thing I want to do, I know right off the bat, I got my Secret Not Secret Kit Club from Christina. I had requested way back last summer. She held it for me while I was in the middle of my spending freeze, but I requested a girl kit and a boy kit. And I wanted my boy kit to be the Chamel Field Trip, and I wanted my girl kit to be the Just a Little Lovely. So I want to play with one of them, and I chose to do the Field Trip one. So I've got the kit here, and we'll work through that. And then I just pulled a few photo options to work with, and I'm not exactly sure which one I want to use yet, but I have them, and they're different options here. So the first one I have is, I love this photo. I took it, I think last summer, probably, going for a walk, and I love it. I've got those at the time were new. I had some cute little pants on, and I really love the angle of it. And then I also took another one the following, probably a little bit later, because those shoes are a little bit newer than that. And I thought that I could trim this into a 3x4 size pretty easily. I think that would work just fine, where you still get my hand on the stroller and my feet, so that it'll match the sketch. So that's my first option. I'm not sure if it's going to work with the collection, but that's what I have. I also thought maybe I could do, you can see I've got it, two of them. I have this photo. Now, I have been trying to scrap these photos forever. I think Jackson is 3, maybe 4. I doubt it though. I think he's 3 in these photos. And I love them, but there's something about them that I just stumble on, and I can't seem to get them scrapped. So I've got that. So obviously it'd be those two. I have those ones. I think that probably work well with this collection, but I'm not sure yet. I have some really cute photos of Nora and Barrett hanging out. They were waiting for their bath to get filled up, and so they're just kind of playing, and super cute. These are always great photos because they don't always get along. They're a little better now, but they don't always get along. So that's what these ones are. And again, I'd probably trim, well, let's see. I'd probably trim this one down to the 3x4 or just a little under above 3x4. And then finally I have these photos of Jackson taken basically right before we locked down. I'm pretty sure it was early March that I took these, and it was a lovely day out and grabbed some really cute photos. So I have these ones as well. So I'm kind of leaning towards these ones more so than these ones, but we'll see. So the first thing I need to decide is, I'm going to put my photos aside for now. I'm going to start by going ahead and actually going product first versus photos first, even though I have obviously picked some photos. I just haven't decided which ones I want to use. Now, I have used this collection already just a little bit. I created a layout about my son. Here you go. So love this layout, love how it turned out. I used some of the leaves and stuff. So I have worked with it a little bit, but I want to work with it more. And again, I did kind of get this to be a little bit more of a Jackson or Barrett themed line more so than Nora. Doesn't mean I definitely couldn't do some layouts about Nora with it. It's got pink, it's rainbow, it's absolutely usable for girls, but I did buy it with my boys in mind. So let's see what I want to do here. I kind of love this. Like, I just love this so much. And I just want to kind of save, I kind of want to save the aquatic part of it. I think. I'm not sure. I have kind of used it already with the leaves, so I don't think I'll be that upset if I lose any of it. But let's have a look and pull out these. I feel like that might work. And then these. I'm going to definitely pare it down to those photos. So I could definitely do that. I think this needs a brighter base to it, but that would be doable. I have a lot of brand new paper though that I haven't touched yet. There's a little bit of that green. This I'm saving. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I am saving it. I love this. So cool. Okay, so I've got some rainbow. I will not use that side. That's too bright for me. So I have a rainbow option here. I feel like that might be a little too heavy. There's this one that I'm saving to use this, but there's a doily in Laura's sketch. So I could possibly go ahead and use like this part right here and use that as part of my, instead of a doily, use that or layer a doily. I do happen to have doilies on hand here. Let's maybe not use that one. Oh, look, here's a white one. Let's use this one. That came in a, look, I could do that. I kind of love that. And I would not, okay, I am not an orangey ready person. These colors are super hard for me to use. So if I cut this out and then use the back side to use that, and then this could be for the rest of something else. So I love that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go with that. I like the way that looked together. So I don't make you guys watch a 5-hour process, because I am seriously the world's slowest scrapper sometimes. We're gonna go ahead and just fussy cut this out. So it is Sunday when you are watching this, so hopefully you guys have gotten some projects done. You've been able to play a little bit. You've liked the kind of new the new way things have been going. Christina switched it up a little bit, and I think it's super awesome that she's doing that. So hopefully you've enjoyed some new challenges and all of that. Okay, I've got this. So that'll have to get tucked in to the photo. Now, problem is this one has to go, if I'm gonna do it that way, it has to go here, and then this has to be the 3x4. So I am obviously leaning more towards these photos, if you can't tell, because I keep grabbing them first, and I'm gonna just go with that. So that's how I work with photos sometimes. I'll pull a bunch of stuff out, and then I'll start looking at my collection, And then whatever I tend to grab first to see if it works, that tells me what photo collection that I've grabbed from should actually be. So yeah, perfect. There's that. So I'll back that, and I'm going to put these other photos away to use for another day. Okay, awesome. So we've got that part. Backing of this one. I'm not blasting off anywhere. Do I want a black pop? Not with a black stroller. That blue pop could be cool though. What is the back side of this? Okay, that's usable. So why don't we use the Project Life card that is there for us? I love cut apart sheets for backing. I just think they're fabulous. I do a tiny bit of Project Life. I did it for 2018 and I'm not caught up with it. I need to finish it. I find it, I just can't do it every year. I have to just pick a year and do it and then try and get it done and then do it a few years later. So I have Project Life cards, but I don't have to use them for Project Life reasons. What do we think? I think that works. So I am going to actually split this in half. Perfect. Okay. Now, I'm liking that. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm at now. Put that to the side. I'm gonna throw this in the garbage. Let's see what else I can do. Ooh, look at that red. I'm not a red person. Would I use this space thing? I don't know. I kind of like the red. And I don't like red, so that's interesting. It's not true. I don't dislike it. I just I struggle to use it is a better term for it. Go ahead and cut this right at that fold line. Save the rest of that for another project. Okay. So I have to figure out something because obviously I've cut this at the line, so there's an angle issue there. So I've got to figure that out. But I like it. What if I go like this? What if I come in? Okay. What about that? Yeah? It's not too bad, right? I could do a little embellishment right there. That's not so bad. I kind of like that. Okay, so I should check in with the sketch. Is it looking like the sketch? I think so. I think it needs the clusters now, right? Here and here. So let's see what I can come up with for that. That's so cool. This rocks. It's a wonderful world. Ooh, well, that's beautiful, and I'll use that for something, so we'll just keep that there. Dinosaurs in space, that's cool. This is such a fun collection. I'm sure you guys have already probably used it a lot because it's not a new collection whatsoever. I just happened to be late to the party because I was on my spending freeze. Still technically am, but I did get to finally get the things that I wanted. Okay, I love that. So let's take a little chunk of that. Do you guys find layering? I'd love to know. So you'll have to put them in the comments because obviously I can't talk live to you. But do you like to layer like this? Do you like to kind of go about it piece by piece? Or do you just take a collection and follow the sketch exactly the way it is and just say that's how I want it? How do you do it? Do you layer? Do you tuck things in? Do you like that sort of thing? Do you like it more flat and then maybe add texture and stuff with your embellishments. What is your way of layering? I'd love to know. So there's that. I really like that. So it needs a good backing for this one. Ooh, what is this? Okay, I like the floral too, but what do we think about this? Yeah, with, and then I'll find some white to back it so that there's a little bit of a break. Now I want to add, I love to do this. I love to do this tearing thing. So I tear it to where, I tear it over, farther over than I plan to use it. And then I trim. I don't care that it's not straight. I will go back in with my trimmer and trim that up so that it's even. Mostly I just want to make sure that I have enough because you can trim, you can't add more, right? So I mean you can, but it's easier to trim it than to add more. So okay, there. So now as we're adding more layers, you see how having this pop out a little bit more isn't a big deal. It's working. Okay, I really like that. So now I got my base done. I think I'm good with my base, and I think what we need to do is find my layers and figure out what I'm gonna do if I'm gonna back it with. Oh, that's so gorgeous. I'm not gonna touch that one because I'll use that for something else. I don't want the dark blue. I'm outside, but I'm not really worried about the bugs. Oh, how gorgeous is that? What about that? Is that too much? I don't think it's too much. I don't know. What do you think? Should I think that's, especially concerning it's next to that, I think that's doable. So I'm going to cut this and make just a tiny little border. And again, Crystal, if you're watching this, don't be cringing. When it comes to little things like this, I do not use my trimmer. You definitely can. It'll be straight if you do. I don't care. It doesn't bug me if it's a tiny bit off. And so I don't use it. And then it goes like this. And then I do, however, if this is super wonky, I'll get that trimmed. However, I don't think that's that bad of a cut, so I'm gonna let that be as well. So there is my layers. I will add some fun foam too, so that there's a bit of dimension. Now I'm gonna add it to this one. So this one is standing up off of this one. And then I also will add a little bit from this layer to this layer so that the break is there and you can see it. So it'll be like this. Okay, I think we're good with pattern paper, right? Let's just make sure there's nothing I'm missing. Do I need to fussy cut? Oh no, I will use that as a background. Let's see, that's a good background too. There's a lot of really good backgrounds in this collection. I like both sides of that. Let's not touch that. I don't need a dinosaur. I love this little sketchy thing. Does that bring you back to your childhood looking at that? I love it. I have a plan for the book, so I'm not going to touch that. Okay, there we have it. We know that I've gotten through my paper. Coming back to this, I do think I actually will use, let's see. I don't need to worry about that. I think I'm going to fussy cut out that green leaf along with this blue one and this blue one. And I'll see how much blue that is and if I need to like find some green somewhere else. So I will fussy cut that out, and then that means, for me personally, that means that this side is done with, and whatever I have left over, I'll use this really fun pattern for something else. In the sketch, I'm sure you can see it as well. Hopefully it's still up there for you. I should probably be creating a border. I actually think with what I've done, I'm going to create a white border, and I think I might just use, honestly, cardstock. I'm going to trim it and back it with some cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and do my fussy cutting right now, check in with my kids, see how it's going, and when I come back you will see all of that in 5 seconds, because this is all pieced together. Welcome back. It's been like 5 seconds for you. It's been a whole day for me. So I've been able to fussy cut my leaves out, and then I kind of thought about it a little bit so that the rest of this should go together quite quickly. So I've done all the hard stuff. I've done the fussy cutting. I'm going to slide these in to to the corners here, just like this. And that goes there. So my dilemma right now is the fact that this is, because it was on that straight, this was the end of it where I cut the border strip off. I've got this super straight line and I need to figure out how to fix that. And I went into the ephemera and it had this perfectly half circle. And so I am just simply gonna slide that in right there and it fixes my problem. So yes, I will have to play with it a little bit. I'll probably have to put an embellishment there, but it totally helps with the issue. So love that. The other thing I was thinking about is I wanted it to be a little bit more defined in the fact that it's supposed to be a doily. Now you do not have to take an element and use that element on that you see on a sketch on your layout. So you see a doily does not mean you have to use a doily at all. However, in this particular sketch, I like that. I think it's really neat looking. So my plan here is then to simply go like this, line it up, tape it, cut it, and tape it. So we're gonna do that part and we'll see how it looks. So since the last 24 hours, which have been 2 seconds for you, I have gone and gotten my hair cut, and I mean like crazy cut. It's super, super short. I love it. And apparently so does Facebook, because you all gave me such nice comments and I wasn't expecting all the love. It was a little overwhelming in all the right ways. So thank you for all the love about my hair. Sure know how to make people feel good. So I went and did that. And then the other cool thing that happened is I have a Bear is 1.5 and sucks at sleeping. It's like the world's worst sleeper, and he slept through the night. And my daughter has this weird thing with our new house where she doesn't like to sleep in her bed, and she slept in her bed last night. So it was a really good night. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to make this work. We'll go like this. So yeah, yesterday was awesome. I love it I love when days go right. Okay, there's that. Do one more trim. I think the rest of it gets tucked under, so it's not gonna matter. Okay, so first of all, that's not perfect in any way, shape, or form. I don't care about things being absolutely perfect. Does not bother me if things look a little wonky or a little homemade, if you want to call it that, because that's the whole point of scrapbooking. Is it's homemade, it's something you've done, and so if it's not perfect, to me, that's fine. So I am going to probably tuck in, where's that other piece I threw away? Okay. I like that. So we'll go like that. I like that little added dimension, and it gives it a nice little pop of white. The other thing I want to do is I do want to do a border. I was thinking of this one. I like the contrast of it, and no, it's not white, but I do like it. So I'm going to trim. We'll see what I think about that. And then if I need to, I will just get some like cardstock and turn it into a white background instead. I definitely want to save these books because I have plans for the book. I love how border strips are just another little bit of something to use on the next project. Okay, I'm not doing a full, normally I go into, well, I guess 2/3. I'm not even 2/3, 1/3, I don't know, ½ inch. I'm not going that far because I only want to do a half border. And my lovely daughter just woke up, so let's see if she needs me. Hi!
No, it's bedtime.
It's bedtime, it's morning time.
No.
Okay. So let's see, do we like this? I'm wondering. Okay, so that's option A. Option B is simply to, let me grab a piece of white here. Look at, I did a really cool stencil with the stencil I got from the Creative Cuts Club, and I sprayed it on something else, and then I used what was left over and made a second mixed media background with it. And I love that. So now I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with it. But I do love the way it looks. Okay, so there's that option, or there is this option. I think the white's a little too stark. What do you think? Is it a little too much? I think so. Let's do the blue. It is morning. You want to say hi? No, you don't. You don't want to put your hand in and say hi?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to stop for just a second and get her all settled, and I'll be back. Okay, I've come up with a solution to what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is actually have a little tiny white border backed with the blue paper as well, so I get my half border, which is what I want. Now here is how you do that, just in case you're wondering. You take your first sheet, so your top sheet, you cut it in by 1 inch. Now this one has no directional features to it in the fact that I can just take a whole or it's not, I'm sorry, no, not 1 inch, a 1/2 inch. So a 1/2 inch here and here. If it had something really cool, a certain pattern paper that had like an element here, I probably would do 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch to make my 1/2 inch on each side. But this one doesn't need it, so I can just whack it off on either side. Then with the piece of white, you do the 1/4 inch on just 2 sides. Being white, it doesn't matter. And then I am, white cardstock is hard to come by sometimes for me. Depends on if the store I go to has it. So I am gonna go in just 1 inch. So it's got a nice, I do 1 inch on this all the time. What I like about it is I know I can put the glue along the inside of it, and it's going to work perfectly. And then if I so choose to stitch, it's not gonna gunk up. I know if you let it dry, it won't gunk up anyways, but I'm a little impatient. And so a lot of times I go to stitch and the glue isn't completely dried yet. And then it gunks up your machine and your thread and all of that. So if you go just 1 inch in, you've saved you still have some to work with. Again, you also have a perfect square that you could use for something else down the road, or a lot of times I end up using these to like be my little borders to back my photos. Tons of things you can do with extra cardstock, right? So there's that. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm going to do the half border, and I do the exact same thing with half borders. It depends on, actually I should rephrase that. It depends on my mood. There's 2 ways I deal with when I'm cutting for half borders. The first thing I do, it depends on how much I like the pattern paper, to be honest with you, and how much I'm using, and if I'm trying to preserve any of it or anything like that. But I will line it up. Normally I only have 1 sheet, so it's no big deal. I line it up like this, make sure it's all touching the way it's supposed to. Glue it, and then I'll go like this and just do a really loose cut or a tear, especially if I've stitched it. Otherwise, I just simply do the same thing. I go in 1 inch and go ahead and cut and then go forward from there. Now, on this layout, as I'm looking at this and talking about stitching, I actually think stitching would really take this layout to the next level with this, the way it's all working together. The other thing I've done is I put everything on fun foam like I talked about. So I want this photo to be layered on this photo. So I did not put any fun foam on there because this one already has it, and then it butts up against it and there's no way it's not gonna look flat. So there's a little tip for that as well. This blue is going up here. This like this. Okay, I definitely think I'm gonna go ahead and do some stitching. So my plan here, I guess, would be I'm gonna stitch this sheet. I'm gonna stitch this, just this part, not this part. So there's only gonna be stitching just around the red, but not around the blue. That's too close to me to have that. And then I'll probably attempt to see if I can stitch along this one as well. And What do we think? Maybe I will stitch these two little rays as well. So I'm gonna go off because I can't do that in front of you. My sewing machine is way over there. So I'm gonna quickly go do that and I'll be right back. Okay, let's see if I can get this wrapped up before my kids wake up. Nora's still up, but it's all good. So I hope you can see this. I don't know how well it's reading. So there's the stitch line and there's the cut line. So when I glued this, my glue line is here. So it's nowhere near my stitching. That is what I love about doing that 1-inch thing. So I have put glue on for this one already. I'm just gonna match it up here. There we go. Okay, perfect. Let's wrap this up. I think we're about a half an hour in. So I did my stitching. That's all done. Love it. Place those like this. Get everything back in place and do the finished, little bit of the finishing pieces here. If this was too long, there will be obviously a photo at to show you what it looks like in the end. So all I want to do to finish it up, it's super simple, is I haven't figured out what I want to do up here. So you'll see in the finished layout that I will have something, like when I post it in the group, there will be something up here. I just haven't quite figured out what I want that to be. I did grab a floral thinking maybe that would look nice in some way. I was actually thinking maybe if I tucked it in this way, you could do it like that. So I don't know, I can't quite figure out how I want to work that, but there's a floral there. And then I got this gold far. Now these photos are just of me going for a walk with Barrett when he was super little, so this is last summer, and so I like that. I felt like that worked well. I also have this. Now I've got a journaling spot here, so I can either do journaling there or I can do it here, and I would just slip it and make a little pocket. So I've got that for an option. I think though I'm gonna just go the simple route. There's not a whole lot of a story here, so I'll go the simple route and do that way. And finally, I just need to figure out what I want to do for my title. So I've got these. I'm definitely going to just do a pre-made title. What? You silly girl. So I've got the word, I was thinking seriously happy or seriously awesome or
Mom, do you shut it off?
Shut it off in a minute, baby. So but I want to use this seriously, or maybe this oh yeah. I don't think the oh yeah works, but
Mommy, I want to say hi.
Okay, come here. Ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna lean you in. 1, 2, 3. Look up. Look up.
Hi.
Look up straight. Look up at the camera. Okay. And then just put your hand in and say hi.
Hi.
Alrighty. Go watch your show. I'm almost done. Okay, Nora's gonna help me. So I'm thinking I'll put seriously right up at the top. This is super hard to do one-handed. I don't suggest it.
What is this? Stickers.
Stickers. Seriously.
Mom, can I try too?
Maybe. So let's see here. Seriously rad. Seriously rad. Seriously happy. I think I like rad. Seriously awesome. Don't like the green. Okay, we're gonna do rad.
What? Mom, let me try.
We're gonna do the rad. I just don't know where I'm gonna place it. Probably here. Okay, so guys, that's it. Super simple. You don't have to do much to make a layout go far. Adding things like stitching and just building layers really can help you make your layout have that little punch. The only thing I will say that is something you could think about doing if you wanted to take it even one step farther is, and that's why I haven't glued anything down yet because I am not sure if I'm going to do this or not, but it's simply to do a super light layer of mixed media in the background. Now this is red, so whatever you use is hardly going to show up. I would suggest doing a little bit of gesso. You could do a whitewash. That would show off, but really anything that gives it just kind of a different, you know, dimension, color, tone to what is there. I actually think I'm going to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. I think you all know how to do that, and I am not the person to show you to do mixed media. So that's what I've got for you guys. The finished layout should pop up. I hope everyone is having a fabulous, fabulous Sunday. You're enjoying the challenges. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.
No, I want to say bye.
Okay, say bye.
Bye.
Bye, says Nora.